Hey guys, it's Brandon Schaefer here, and I get so many questions from everybody, from a lot of people on my Facebook and YouTube, asking me what inspires me. Make a video about how you get inspiration for your work and what inspires you to create and to paint what you do and to do what you do. Well, there's a few things, and I'm not sure where to begin, so I'm just going to start on this stack here. And also, all these books back here, I have, these are kind of my art books right here. So, and the kind of things I have in them is Art of the Lord of the Rings. I mean, the art in this book, I mean, so inspirational to me. I love this kind of fantasy stuff, and I would love to be able to create stuff like this one day. I mean, there's pencil sketches in here, all kinds of cool stuff. So find your what movies inspire you, what kind of scenery you like, what kind of, all kinds of things. So that's one of them. But then I also mix the fantasy with more of traditional just landscapes. This is a really cool book that I definitely recommend if you're into reading art books or reading painting books. If you're looking for things to improve, I mean, this book covers everything: composition, color theory. There's so many cool pictures from different artists, different styles. I mean, it talks about everything. So this is when I'm feeling uninspired to create, which I have been lately. It must be the winter, and just my focus has kind of been on my health and everything else, and really just enjoying it and getting rid of the stress that I have built up, just with my job and everything. So I've been trying to get rid of that so that I can freely create and just create something that I want to, and I'm still working on my style and everything. So I got a lot of stuff going on. It's mainly up here, but I'm gonna get working soon. So that's another thing that inspires me, and just a lot of books like that. There's so many. This is a cool one. This is from back when I wanted to be an illustrator. And what this does, books like this is from Arthur Rackham. He's an artist back in the day. Did some great illustrations of all kinds of stories, fairy tales, etc. I love his work. So this is a cool book for me because I really like the stuff in it, and it helps you. It helps me to remember to create a story, tell a story with my paintings, and that's something I've been working on conceptually, is telling a story. So when I look at stuff like this, it helps me to remember to have that little bit of poetry with it, and a poetic sense of what are you trying to convey to your audience, or what do you wish to convey to people who see your artwork. So that's something I'm still working on. I mean, it takes, some people it can take a long time. So it's just something I've been working on for years, and trying to figure out what kind of philosophy, because I want my stuff to have a real deep meaning. And maybe on the surface, people won't even know what it is. But to me, that's what makes it really cool. It's having this deep meaning behind everything. But things like this help me to remember that. Just another book that inspires me, the kind of style. I really like that. This is kind of my style that I'm doing now. Just the kind of stuff that I like. But I'd really like to mix this style with fantasy and telling a story. And see, I just take all these books and I try to just mix it all together in my mind and create. So that's one thing I try to do. One last book here of another artist, Monet. So Monet inspires me a lot. Just with his expressiveness and his use of color in some of his work. I mean, that's a famous one. It just kind of reminds me to loosen up a little bit and not be so detailed. And I love the light, just portraying light. So that's something I always try to work on as well. So, one last book that's been inspiring me lately is Impressionistic colors and such. This is a really cool book. I mean, just getting these wild colors and making it work. So I've been reading through this one a lot lately, and just getting, just trying to add that little bit of color theory to my paintings. You know, I don't have to paint completely impressionistic like this, but just adding a little bit of the looseness and the vibrancy of the colors to my work. That's something I want to do. See, I mean, just adding, it's so alive. You know, there's just so much. Instead of making it look like a photograph or so natural, making it look like an artist did it. And I think that's a quality that most people like when they go to buy a painting or they're looking at paintings. They want to see this expression, this artistic expression throughout the work. So that's something else that I'm also working on. And also looking back at some older paintings that I did a few months ago. You know, I have a whole stack up here, but that can inspire me. Just looking at stuff, and I have them all over my walls over here, if you could see all my walls, all my old paintings. So just looking at those helps me remember where I came from, what I've done, and makes me realize that, you know, it puts any doubt that I have away. It just silences that doubt. And I just think, okay, I can create something really beautiful. So it helps me create by looking at my older work and seeing what I've done. Because sometimes I can forget about some paintings that I've done. It's nice to look back and go, you know, even looking back at my old work, it could spark a new idea, like, oh, I could take this one and do, you know, create a scene similar to this and add something to it. So that can be really helpful. And probably one of the biggest things that inspires me is going outside in the sunlight and just being with nature, getting grounded, you know, riding my bike, going for a walk, getting fresh air, getting outside of a building and not being in front of a computer screen all day or sitting in front of the TV. You know, my TV doesn't even, cable's not even hooked up, so I don't even watch TV. You know, so it's things like that that really inspire me, and it depends on what you like to paint or like to draw. For me, it's nature. I love nature, and you know, sometimes I just drive out towards the mountains about 10 miles away. I just drive toward them on a beautiful day and just take in all the scenery, just take in everything, and I just try to be a sponge and just soak it all up, and I think that helps a lot. Because I think I try to think of it as like a meter, you know, this inspiration meter, and I just try to fill it up as much as I can until it's overflowing, and I feel like when it's overflowing I can just create some really beautiful stuff, and it just kind of comes out of the tip of my fingers, you know, onto the canvas, and that's what I try to do with my work, is just keep filling myself up with this inspiration and just let it pour out onto the canvas. So just try to imagine it like that, and maybe that, you know, that can help you. Sometimes I like doing photography too, of nature, and I can use the photos later for paintings or references, etc. Or just look at them and you know, if it's at night and I can't get out and look at nature, I just look at those images that I took and just remember being there at that time in that moment, and it can just inspire you and bring those senses back, the memories back. But anyway, I hope that helped everyone that asks me what inspires me. I hope this was a good video, and I hope that it helped you. If you have any comments or questions, post them down below. I'd appreciate it. Give this video a thumbs up. Like me on Facebook. You know, whatever you want to do, I'd appreciate it. And I always thank you guys for watching, and love you guys. Hope you're taking care of yourself, and hope you're pushing on through the hard times and not getting discouraged. Anyway, thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. Peace.